a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Fried, alongside me, Alex Nafousi.
Hey, what's up? Good morning, man.
Hey, good morning, Alex. What's going on out there? It's gorgeous outside. Why? Because it's Halloween. What a great day here in Southeast Michigan. It always is one of my favorites. Hope you're going to enjoy the day. Lot happening. Of course, we got 1 hour's worth of the Hardcore Mortgage Show we're going to be bringing you, talking about mortgages, real estate, refinancing. We brought in our very own real estate agent from Milford. Good morning, Nicole. How are you? Good. If we get that mic up, we'll get you up there. Hang on there. All right, there you are.
Is it on now?
Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
No
How are
problem. Good morning to you.
Good
We're all doing well.
Impressed you dressed up?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
So you're
Because
Wonder
Harvey
Woman.
fooled
She's
me. Exactly. Harvey fooled me. He told me he was dressing up, which he is just rolled out of bed guy, so he's definitely not dressed up. Alex is not dressed up, but I am.
I'm actually not a roll out of bed guy. I
Yeah,
have been up
okay,
since
that's
5:30,
Jeff
but definitely thanks for dressing up and keeping it in the spirit here. It's fun to see everyone participating. Of course, we just saw a man dressed as Mr. Bacon. I won't throw Adam under the bus, but it might have been him. I mean, actually
It
a bacon
was.
suit.
Definitely was.
A lot of fun to be
It's pretty
had.
cool to have a bacon suit
All right, maybe we'll get you something like that in the future. Hey,
for next year.
we are going to be giving you a great discussion this morning about residential real estate, home purchasing, refinancing, consolidating your debts, mortgages, cash out, and cash flow. There's a lot to know about. Alex, when you're buying a house, you know, one of the things you've always touched on is we talk about qualifying someone, how much do they qualify for? And then you've got your lifestyle you've got to talk about and what your future plans are.
Well, I think everybody, it really comes down to, like you said, lifestyle. I mean, there's some people that, they don't want to go out to dinner. They don't care. They eat home every day. And,
Right, they cook homemade meals every day. And
Exactly,
that's
and
the way they
it's-
live.
it's
Then there's
tough
other people who are out to dinner every single night. And a lot of people who have busy lives tend to eat out every night, too.
Well, I mean, it just comes down. It's basically it's about lifestyle is really what it is. I mean, it's what you're comfortable with. And there's, I told people before, Harv, last week we were talking and I made the analogy. I said, listen, what do you think pays for more? Mortgage for $1 million or a mortgage for $100,000? And obviously the answer is $1 million. And I tell people, buy less. Like you don't need it. Like like a simple life is a good life. I have enough stress in my life on a day-to-day basis. I don't need to worry
you don't
about
need
making
to add
a house
more
payment
like house payment and
$5,000.
yes, exactly.
I just don't care. That's not the lifestyle that I want to live in. Some people they may want it. They may want
Or some may need to if you have a really big family.
You might need more room.
You may need more room, right? A bigger house. But
248-539-9797. We're just starting this conversation off again. What are your needs and how to get qualified and try to set yourself up for some financial success moving forward? There's that pie-shaped box that we all use in different facets of life. One of them, it says, X amount percentage of my income is going to go to my house. And then these smaller boxes will go to retirement. It's how you divide your money. Like you said, Alex, everyone's got these different lifestyles out there. Some people are very happy with the $10, $12 bottle of wine, and other people are more extravagant and have very expensive tastes, whether it be cars, anything leisure, country clubs, a lot of vacations. Everyone has their own world that they want to live in, and you can do that, but find out what it takes. So often we'll get a first-time home buyer in, and we talk about qualifications and how much they qualify for, and then they're really stuck on, hey, look, I can't have my payment exceed X amount of dollars. Let's just say it's $1,000. But they have to understand that there are bills that come along with the house. And these are all the things we point out. When you deal with real mortgage professionals, people at Capital Mortgage Funding, you're definitely going to get the whole story. And that way you can really set yourself up for, getting some appreciation in the house, for future. If you need to sell the house, like you said, Nicole, maybe you start off, you're married, and then you have a family, and then all of a sudden you need to sell and get some equity out.
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Lots of reasons why. Hey, we are brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. I know we have a full staff all weekend long. Many of you folks still out there not really having that, what you need, the approval letter in hand. And it's a real bona fide mortgage approval letter. Nicole, even you referred a client last week who I'm not specifically sure if they have that together. And a lot of times families, their lack of knowledge and their indecisiveness about their decisions are because they need more knowledge.
Right,
They
and they're
need more information.
getting just pre-quals. Like I had another client who said, well, the bank won't actually run a pre-approval until I have a specific property in mind. So basically, they didn't actually run all of his information. They just gave him a pre-qual.
which is going to lead to some problems down the road.
Absolutely, because I mean, anything can pop up. You don't even on your credit, anything could pop up that you're not expecting. $12 bill, you never know.
Well, I mean, honestly, they're all worthless. I mean, I'll go on record right now. A pre-approval, a pre-qualification, a mortgage commitment, a mortgage approval, whatever. They're all worthless because you can get out of them. If you got a sketchy mortgage lender, if your Uncle Jim's doing your mortgage and he denies your loan in the state of Michigan, you get your money back. You get your earnest money deposit back.
Right.
So
doesn't matter.
You
could say, hey, I found a different house. I don't want this one anymore.
Well, I had a listing where we had a buyer come in and they said that they lost their job afterwards. So, of course, their mortgage was denied, but it's been 6 years and haven't got their EMD back because the seller realized that was not the truth.
Right.
And he's held on to it because both parties have to sign a mutual release or then they have to arbitrate. So, I mean, it can turn into...
I had that once. Like when I was like, seriously, I've been in the business. This is like got to be like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I had them once where a guy like just decided to want to buy the house, and the guy kept his
And I
10
think
grand.
that was the case too. I
had to
usually
go.
don't, but
Actually, Randy Glanz was like it was her firm, Harry's wife. That was like that. I had to like go and like give like a deposition, and they were like,
oh yeah,
it was like I was like 22 years old, and I'm like,
it's a contract,
You're like,
I mean, you're signing.
They are legally binding contracts, and there is even with the expiration dates that are on the contracts, there really is no expiration date until both parties
sign the mutual release.
Sign a mutual release. So if someone doesn't close in 2 days, you as the seller cannot withdraw that property unless both parties agree.
All right, we got tons to bring. It's 9:08 this morning. Again, it's our sort of our Halloween show here. We see half the studio here is all in some form of a costume. I mean, that I should have wore just a wig or something. Probably would have got me in something like that. Alex,
something.
No dressing up tonight, no, Alex. Right?
I'm not sure. I'm probably just going to hand out candy and lay low. Like I said, a simple life is a good life.
That's a real good life.
Handing out candy is amazing. I love seeing the little kids.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say a quick shout out to all the volunteers that were out last night for Angels Night. I mean, it's awesome. Only 8 fires were reported last night in the city, and I think that's awesome. 24 last year, so that's really great numbers compared to I think it was like over 300 back. I don't want to go back 15, 20 years ago, but hey, a salute out there for all the hardworking folks out there donating their time to get the city straight and keeping an eye out on what's going on out there. That's pretty cool stuff. 248-539-9797. We definitely want to hear from you. There's a lot of these first-time homebuyers really on the verge of purchasing, and if they're on the verge of purchasing maybe in the next couple months or truly getting themselves prepared for the spring buying season, you might want to get an upper hand on that, Nicole. We talked about it. Maybe come January, February, March, those first 3 months, getting the year started is where the prices are going to sort of look like 2015's prices, the prices we're at now. But with the lack of inventory out there, we're still seeing that the home prices are stabilized. They might even go up a little bit, Alex. There's not a lot of great stuff.
Because the home sales for this quarter were up 4.7%. So, I mean, I see them starting to trend back up a little. Not like a drastic amount, but somewhat. So, I mean, if you're starting to look now, I'd start now before the spring hits.
Yeah. Plus, you can get your mortgage approval letter in hand. There's been something like 60-some changes in the FHA handbook that was released a month ago. There's also several changes with Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae where we just loosened up the criteria just a little bit. Families are able to get into houses, qualify for mortgages, and get it done the right way. The key is, though, when you're out there bidding, have that approval letter, a real approval letter in hand. Also, not only the approval letter is a piece of paper, but then they can contact the loan officer, the listing agent, the family that's concerned. Is this person going to be able to close on the house in 30 or 60 days?
Right. Have you reviewed all their documents?
It's very important because that family is going to be purchasing another house.
Absolutely.
And usually there's a domino effect. And we want to make sure that all parties are doing things the right way.
Right. And the move is smooth for everyone.
For everybody. Why not? 248-539-9797. Rents are high. So it's still a conversation about interest rates at all-time lows. And when we come back, we'll talk about that. Are you still renting? Maybe not. Maybe not. Definitely save some money. When we come back, we'll show you how to do it. 248-539-9797.
Come into Buffalo Wild Wings for happy hour specials from 2 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. $1 off all tall drafts, liquor, and wine. Plus $4 apps like the new street tacos, Southwest loaded chips, and roasted garlic mushrooms. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Meet bros Jake, Kenny, and Paul.
I got next, okay?
I guess.
They may seem like just a bunch of couch bro-taters, but thanks to Mountain Dew Kickstart, something profound is about to take place. Holy moly! The energizing blast of dew and juice is now entering their mouths. Before you know it, they'll be rolling on out of here and sliding across the dance floor as if it was strewn with the peels of bro-nanas. Then this trio will spend the rest of their waking hours whispering sweet, sweet broetry into the ears of any dame that will listen. And listen they shall. These guys are bro-fessionals. Let's do this. We're coming, world! It all starts with a kick. Mountain Dew Kickstart with dew, juice, and just the right amount of kick. Now available in 6 flavors that taste good. Yum.
Mountain Dew invites you to come and join the fun at Zender's Splash Village Hotel and Water Park, featuring a retractable roof where it's always sunny and 84 degrees. For reservations, visit splashvillage.com. At Zender's Splash Village, they're making memories one family at a time.
In today's quick-to-sue world, if you own a business and you're not incorporated, you're a sitting duck. Because if you're not incorporated, it's not just your business that can be sued, it's you too, which means you could lose everything. Your home, your car, even your life savings. Once business owners realize the risk of not being incorporated, they usually scramble to incorporate or form an LLC. To make it quick and easy, Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation guide to all business owners, so you can incorporate in just 10 minutes. For your free 10-minute incorporation guide, call now, 1-800-300-7509. Don't be a sitting duck. Protect your home. Protect your car. Protect your life savings. At Incorporate.com, they don't provide legal or financial advice. They just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. Call now for your free 10-minute incorporation guide. 1-800-300-7509. Hurry while supplies last. 1-800-300-7509. That's 1-800-300-7509.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Our son Joe had one dream: to go to college and become an architect. It was going to be expensive, so he needed our help with the tuition. Unfortunately, my husband died last year, and so did our son's dream. If only we had gotten life insurance like we talked about.
You want to take care of your family, and we want to help. Hi, I'm Brent Langdon for AIG Direct. We partnered with American General Life to find you their most affordable rates on term life insurance products. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-900-1303. Help protect your family's dreams now. It only takes 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. And the call is absolutely free. 1-800-900-1303. That's 1-800-900-1303.
O'Reilly. Changing your oil regularly helps keep your vehicle running at its best. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, purchase 5 quarts of Pennzoil or Castrol conventional motor oil and a MicroGuard filter for $22.99. Save big with Pennzoil and Castrol at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Now, kid, I know you look at me and think, man, that guy knows everything. And you're right, I do. But occasionally, even I get stumped. I know, hard to believe. But when I need help, I get it from Grainger. Grainger can solve just about anything, from finding the right products to advice on installation to troubleshooting. Grainger gets me what I need right when I need it. When a guru needs a guru, who does a guru call? Guru calls Grainger. Get it? Got it? Good. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Don't have time to talk? Send us a text instead. The Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge ticket text at 97136. Don't overpay. Get into Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge today.
CBS Sunday. Can Madam Secretary stop a Russian invasion?
Might mean the difference between peace and World War III.
New episode CBS Sunday.
Every day is game day here.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back
to the show, 916. We're rocking morning here. Not too bad. Hey, if you haven't found a house yet, get out there. We'll get you that approval letter. Call Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's 1-800-569-7283. Give us a call here in the studio, 248-539-9797. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. And we got our special guest in, our frequent visitor, Nicole Moscow, better known as Nicole Page. Did you officially change your name yet, Nicole? We got to get to that
Okay,
soon.
so I changed on my driver's license, but not on my real estate license.
We'll make sure you get that.
It's a little complicated to do that.
Really? All right. Well, we'll find out.
Then I have to change all my websites, my signs.
All right.
Big
Get on
process.
that. Get on that. Hey, Scott's calling in to start our morning off here from Dearborn Heights. Hey, Scott, what's going on?
I need help.
Okay.
Hey, Scott.
My house is basically in foreclosure. I haven't made a house payment because they stopped accepting it back in either March or May. And I've been working with them, and I keep sending them all this information because one of the things they said was if your house is worth less than $500,000, you can qualify for these special mortgages if you're having problems. And I've gone through this mortgage company, and I've tried. And every time I send the information in that they want, they send me a letter back telling me that I didn't send in everything that they needed. I've done it 3 times. Now, November 5th, my house is going into a sheriff's sale.
Right.
And I believe I have, if it's sold and there's nothing I can do, I've got 6 months after that to move out.
Right, that's correct.
Or to redeem it.
You sound like you don't have an attorney involved. Why don't you? Sounds like you need some help here, Scott. Talk to me.
All these things that I've been getting all these. First of all, I got a letter from all these lawyers telling me, we can save your house by filing bankruptcy. I filed bankruptcy in 2011, and it's not a question of credit cards. I don't make enough money to make my house payment.
How'd you get the house in the first place then?
I've been here since 1984.
Oh, wow.
So you
And
make
then we
less now than you did in 1984?
I had no problems doing that, but then we had to refinance because I lost my job. And when we refinanced, they put it in my wife's name and not mine.
Right. Is your wife still working?
My wife has never worked.
Wow.
And I explained that to him, and I said, how is she going to make house payments if she doesn't work?
Well, let's talk
Oh,
about
we're not
that.
worried about
Scott.
that.
Have you asked? Okay, go ahead.
Couple of things. So, how much was the purchase price when you bought the house in 1984?
Oh, $24,900.
How much you owe on it now?
According to them, I owe $107,000 some odd dollars.
How did that happen?
Okay, when we refinanced, they gave me $99,000.
Oh, what'd you do with the money?
Got my van out of they took my van. I had to pay that off so I can get it back, and then everything was fine.
Well, so you bought a $99,000 van?
No. I can't tell you where all the money went because this happened 10 years ago.
Bro, you spent $100,000. Where'd the $100,000 go?
I can't tell you. I don't know.
You lost $100,000.
I didn't buy anything.
I lost a
bought
credit
nothing.
card yesterday at the bar. I lose that. I lose $100,000.
When you started making the payment, when you've been making the payments to them, you said, so they just stopped taking them in March?
We fell behind.
Okay, so you fell. Okay. And then did you ask?
I've been on the phone with them. My daughter handles everything for me, and she's been on the phone with them because since it's in my wife's name, they won't talk to me.
All right, let's do this. First of all, if you guys need some professional help here, if you want to keep the house, can you afford the house? Do you guys have enough income coming in where you're going to be able to make payments moving forward if we're able to get some transaction worked out with the lawyers and such? All right, do you guys want to stay there?
Of course we'd like to
Okay,
stay
can
there,
you
but-
afford to stay there? Can you afford to stay there?
According to them, they said no.
Scott, stop blaming other people. Can you afford to stay there? Ask yourself this. Can you afford to stay there? Stop saying them.
I wouldn't have a choice. Yes, I could afford it.
Okay.
I think you need an attorney. And then what we're going to do, Scott, is we're going to hook you up with some attorney that can give you professional advice and see if you can retain this property. Again, it's no more of your daughter making the calls. Your wife needs to make the calls if she's on the mortgage. That's the key. So, and then we'll get some professional help your way, and they can call on your behalf. Thanks for the call, Scott. Definitely, families are still out there in a little bit of trouble, or not even seeking the right advice. So, whether you're purchasing a house, you've had one, Alex. Look, he's owned the house since '84.
He bought the house in '84 for $24,000.
Okay, well,
it's a
31 years ago. 31 years
so
ago.
it should be paid off. And don't call my show and tell me you can't tell me where $100,000 went.
That's a lot of money over the years. Again, home improvements, if they're not working, then they couldn't afford it. So that's that problem.
Give the money back. I don't know.
248-539-9797. Let's heat things up here. We got Bonnie and Macomb. Good morning, Bonnie. What do you got going on?
My daughter and her soon-to-be husband are thinking of buying a house. How does a young couple decide how much they can afford? Is there a set formula that tells them about what they should look for in a price?
It's a great question. I usually work backwards with my first-time home buyer. You know, I tell them, I'd say, listen, you know, what the computer says you can be approved for is totally different than what you can actually afford. So, I mean, they need to say, like, listen, we want our house payment to be, you know, $1,000. And I'll say, okay, then you can buy for $150,000 and put down 5%, and your payment will be about $1,000 a month. I mean, I don't like. It's tough because I don't like when someone says how much house can I afford, because I don't know. I mean, maybe they're world travelers, and, you know, maybe they go to dinner 7 nights a week, and, you know, there are things that you have to, like, where your lifestyle comes into play.
Right. I mean, they're just getting married now. If they want to have a family down the road, that could change things also. And then, of course, depending upon what city they live in, do they want their children to go to private schools or the public schools, or looking to move into a community they can afford? But there is, Bonnie.
It's also going to depend on taxes.
Sure.
I mean, taxes vary everywhere you go. So,
but there is a formula.
So they pick what they think they can afford monthly, and then that's how they...
Well, that's the beginning of it.
Well, then the professionals will go through their, they'll analyze their debt to income and then figure out what would work for them, as well as what their input is.
Hey, Bonnie, are you going to help? Are you going to help the kids out a little bit?
Probably not. They're pretty good. They don't have any debt, and they've got about $40,000 saved, so they are pretty good.
Yeah,
so they're ready.
Yeah. So do they go to a mortgage company? Is that who they go to?
Well, we're definitely we're going to call them. We'll follow up with them right after the show and see if they're interested in using Capital Mortgage. We handle a lot of local professionals, and they can meet any people they want. I think that their stage now is to gather information and knowledge and really get comfortable with the process. So it's going to be, if they sit down with people like us, qualified people, they're going to learn a lot about the process. So it's a great call this morning. We'll follow up with you, Bonnie, to get their information. We'll invite them in to meet with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you. It's a great call. Alex, that always comes up. You know, what do people qualify for? Sure, there's debt to income ratios. There's limitations on someone who makes $50,000 doesn't qualify for a $3 million home. So it's based on what your debt to income ratio is. However, lifestyle plays a very important role. And your future. I mean, you've got your past, your debt. You've got what's going on now in your life.
But that's why you have to have professionals involved that can help you through that process.
Gain more information. Again, usually when people are sort of not real sure about everything, they just need to gain more knowledge on it. All right, let's move on to Rob out there in Commerce Township. Hey, good morning, Rob. You're live on the ticket.
Hi, how's it going, guys?
Good. What's up, man? Good morning.
Hey, so my wife and I invested in a condo, and the HOA changed their rules before we moved in, to not allow renters to move in. So right now we have tenants that are living there, and they want to change that and send eviction papers to our tenants. Is there a way we can change this, or should we kick them out?
When is their lease up?
That's a question, man. That's a good one.
Well, I know that you could sell, and then again, don't go with this, but I know you could sell it to them on a land contract and record the deed. So, and then there's definitely things you can do to change them from renters to owners real quickly.
Absolutely.
So, look, Rob, it's real tricky there. And that's even more strange that, you know, association would do that. But the key is they want to build stronger communities, and having people as their primary residents, you take better care of your property. Where is the unit? How many units are there? Are there thousands? How many units are in this complex?
Yeah, it's in Oakland Township. So, I mean, it's a nice community. It's about, I don't know, maybe 1,000 at the most units. So
it's a lot of units. Do you go to the meetings? Did you go to the meetings?
Yes.
And were you there voting and saying, wait a minute here, we want to have the rights to keep it, do what we want with our property. We want to be able to rent them out. Was there any of that dialogue?
Yes, there was. And it's, I believe like a 20% or 30% vote that needs to pass to change that.
Mm-hmm. Did it pass or not? It didn't pass yet.
No, it didn't pass yet.
Okay, well, I truly don't think you have anything worried about, but you might want to rally your neighbors and say, look, these are taking away some freedoms of ours. On the other hand, the families that do live there, they find more appreciation in stronger communities and more appreciation in their homes and their condominium complexes.
Well, plus with condos, the less you have rented, the easier it is for financing. So, I mean, that does play into the big picture.
There's a lot of different
everything.
things that play into it, but they just can't change things, because you might have bought it as an investment to begin with. So I just continue to go to the meetings and stay on top of it. We'll follow up with you just to find out a little bit more information. And again, you might need some legal help, so we'll give you some real estate attorneys. Thanks for the call. Hey, we're up against another break. It's 9:26. When we come back, 248-539-9797. Your calls.
What's that?
Not sure. A root vegetable, maybe?
I think it's a tuber.
I think we make it for dinner.
Really?
Really? Look in the cart.
Diamond Crystal Kosher Salt. It does make food taste delicious.
Well, that's because Diamond Crystal Kosher Salt is pure salt with no additives.
All right, let's try it.
I wonder what other foods would be better with Diamond Crystal Salt.
Diamond Crystal Salt. A brilliant choice since 1886.
Any way you slice it, great things are happening at MGM Grand Detroit. Honey Baked for the Holidays is back once again. From Tuesday, November 3rd through Thursday, November 12th, play your favorite slots and be sure to use your MLife card. Because once you earn 2,000 points, you'll receive a $50 Honey Baked gift card. Excitement is served with Honey Baked for the Holidays, only at MGM Grand Detroit. While supplies last, visit the MLife desk for details. Must be 21 or older. Grand times ahead.
So you cleaned out your car and went through your pockets and found $10 you didn't know you had.
Oh, yeah.
Why not use it to save a life?
Oh, yeah.
You were just going to blow it anyway. Go to cbsdetroit.com/student heart check and make a donation to 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check Program. Just $10 will pay for one young person to have a Beaumont cardiac screening to make sure their heart is healthy enough for sports. Go to cbsdetroit.com/student heart check and help save a life.
Freed's where fashion feels so good.
I'm Ari Freed.
And I'm Dan Orman.
And we have two great reasons to revisit Freed's of Windsor.
That's right, Ari. First of all, your U.S. dollar is now worth around $1.35.
Right, Dan. And the second is our famous suit package, where you can buy a modern fit suit with shirt, tie, belt, socks, and even shoes, all for around $150 U.S.
So buy Freed's famous suit package online at Freeds.com, or we'll see you in the store.
Think you're fat? You might just be bloated. Find out by calling now for a free trial of New Biotics, the new breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies fast. For a free trial, call 1-800-976-2101.
I used to be plagued by potbelly and constant bloating. After taking New Biotics, my belly flattened and continues to get flatter. My sense of bloating and discomfort is gone.
If you've got a big belly, you might not be fat. You might just be bloated. New Biotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. So just think how much better you'll look and feel. Think you might be bloated? Call now for a free trial of New Biotics and see how much flatter it makes your belly. You might be surprised. But hurry, call now for details while these free trials last. 1-800-976-2101. That's 1-800-976-2101. 1-800-976-2101.
To be a playoff team, you must have a reliable lineup day in and day out, just like Jack Demmer Lincoln in Dearborn. Discover the Demmer difference. Tune into this week's Detroit football game on 97.1 The Ticket, brought to you by Jack Demmer Lincoln in Dearborn. Whether you say croissantwich or croissantwich or croissantwich, right now you can get 2 light, flaky, buttery croissantwich breakfast sandwiches for just $4. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Mother Waddles. College football today. Number 15, Michigan. A night game, 7 p.m. kickoff at Minnesota. The Golden Gophers here at an AM 950 WWJ. Number 6, Michigan State is idle this weekend. Red Wings fall to Ottawa 3-1. Save two teams meet tonight in Ottawa right here on 97.1 The Ticket. And the Bulls are the latest victim of the Pistons falling in overtime to Detroit, 98-94. The Palace Pistons now 3-0. Marcus Morris, 26. Andre Drummond, 20 points and 20 boards. World Series Game 3 goes the way of the Nets over the Royals, 9-3. That series 2-1 in favor of the Royals. Game 4 is tonight in Gotham City. And the Lions take on the Chiefs. That'll be in London tomorrow, 9:30, right here on The Ticket. From the 1-800-CALL SAM studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
Lions Chiefs from Wembley Stadium in London. Kickoff tomorrow morning at 9:30 on Lions Radio. 97.1 The Ticket.
right, welcome back to the show. 9:31. You're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, Capital, all day long. I know Diane's there. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. That's 1-800-569-7283. Of course, we take all your calls here live in the studio, 248-539-9797. Always talking about purchasing homes and what's going on in your life. We'll go out to Port Huron. Got a call from Walt out there. Good morning, Walt. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
What's up, sir?
Yes, I was wondering if this is more of a finance question. We have a house in Port Huron. We owe about 140 on, and both me and my wife work. We've been making double payments. We project this house to be sold or bought by us in about 4 to 5 years here, and we have a rental, and I'm trying to decide whether I should sell the rental and pay the house off or keep the rental, which is a good income, and it's a piece of property that I love. I'm really having a hard time parting with anyway. But I was wondering, and do you think that 3.75% on a 30-year mortgage is a reasonable rate?
Well, yeah, that's a great rate. It's outstanding.
I think it's more than reasonable.
Amazing.
It's the best ever, almost.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Okay, and it's a 30-year fix. So.
Well, so
On your rental property, are you making income on it?
Yes. Yes, it has a rental. As a matter of fact, when we bought this other house and somebody rented it, they've been in there ever since. We've never missed a payment. And it's been probably about 7 years.
That's awesome. It's hard to find.
So we got really lucky on that too.
Yes, absolutely.
We got it.
Walt, I guess I'm a little confused. Why do you want to sell? Why would you want to sell the rental and pay off your primary?
Well, I just we're getting we have about 10 years left to work. Now we do have retirement savings plans, both of us, and I do have a pension. So I think we're going to be okay.
What if we refinance Walt? What if you refinance your primary to a 10-year fixed and pay it off in 10 years, so that when we retire, it'll be paid for?
The thing is, every time you refinance, there's a bunch of charges and everything, and we have the option to pay this off early at no penalty. So
right.
It would be just the same as a 10-year. And we plan on, like I said, paying this off, early.
Well, so yes, I mean you've got the plan laid out, man. I mean, I would do the math yourself. Take the balance of the $140,000, amortized over 10 years, make that payment, and keep your rental. Because if you're cash flowing on the rental, why would you give that up?
Plus, you like it. You like the property.
Well, I just I'm thinking about saving a little more for retirement. And with this payment, the way this house is, and we're devoting a lot of our income towards this house. Now, like I said, we have a retirement plan, both of us, so I'm thinking maybe, I was just looking for a vote of confidence, say, from a...
No, I think you're doing all the right stuff, Walt. I think it's a great call, sir. I mean, if I were you, I'd try to pay that house off in 10 years, your primary, and keep the rental. If the rental's cash flowing, there's no need to get rid of it.
Right. Well, our goal is 5 years for this house. And,
Well, you're doing all the right stuff, sir.
Long. That'll give us about 5 more years to really sock it to the retirement.
Awesome, man. You're doing all the right stuff, Walt.
Thanks, Walt.
Absolutely. Great call.
Okay, well, thank you.
Have a good
day. You got it. Thank you, sir.
All right. Walt's doing the right thing. Fair enough. 248-539-9797. We always ask the question, why don't more schools introduce this general financing stuff that's out there? Why aren't there classes on it in the high school and stuff, talking about jobs and mortgages and preparing for life and savings and credit? You just don't see this out there. So people are always searching for some knowledge, and that's it. Call the show. We'll give it to you, 248-539-9797. Again, call Capital if you got mortgage questions. It doesn't cost you anything, folks. Gather the knowledge. That knowledge will give you some confidence. And if you're out there becoming a first-time home buyer, you'll just keep gaining. The more information you hear, I mean, there's a lot to learn when you're buying a house. There's these all these things to know: FHA, MIP, PMI, HUD, CL, LE. There's all these letters out there. Most of the folks out there, it's a little intimidating. So again, get that confidence behind you. Make the call. We're happy to show you how to become a homeowner. All right, let's go out to Garden City. We've got Joe on the line. Good morning, Joe. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Halloween to you.
You too, man. What's going on?
So, this is a weird one, guys. I've never heard of this before in my life. So, I've owned my house. I bought my house out of a foreclosure 5 years ago. Almost, matter of fact, in December it'll be 5 years exactly.
Goodbye. Good job.
Thank you. I love the house. House was in great shape, brand new kitchen when I bought it. So, everybody gets this when they move into a new house. You receive, past owners, you receive some of their mail. If it's junk mail, you pitch it in the trash. If it's something important, you put on your, no longer at this address, send it back. So I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and of late, it's been a lot of legal stuff. And I just write on it, not at this address, and even told my mailman, and he's like, I'll take care of it. So yesterday I come home, and there's this 2-inch document taped to my front door from, and I don't want to say any law firms or banks or anything like that. And it's basically this lady that I've been getting this information from. So I call the legal firm. Look, this lady doesn't live here anymore. Well, can you, blah, 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 can you scan it and send it back to us? They took my name. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'm not at my office right now. I'm out on the road with suppliers. I'm actually going to be right next door to you at a supplier. So I'll just, drop it off to you guys. Oh, that would be perfect. Trying to be the nice guy. So I go in there, drop it off. They tell me where to go. Figure it's going to take all of 30 seconds in and out,
right?
On with my day. So they take my ID, take down my name.
Why?
I wouldn't have gave them
Wait,
my
Joe,
ID.
time out.
Right.
Why are they taking your driver's license?
When you...
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's why I'm calling you guys. I figured they just wanted to know, make sure I'm not a relative of this person.
Dude, this story sucks.
Yeah, this is
it gets
definitely
better. It gets
sketchy.
better.
Okay,
Make it fast, Joe. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So the lawyer takes me into this room, basically says, well, thank you for bringing this in. Now we are suing your property since you're the owner. There was a land transfer, something like that, of 20 feet on my property. And basically, they're trying to take my house now, which is paid off, because something that happened in 1994, and my house was built in 1954. I don't understand this.
Do you have title insurance? Did you get that when you purchased the home?
You know what? I have to check my paperwork. I have to go and grab my paperwork and check it.
Did you buy? Wait, hold on a sec here, Joe. Did you pay cash for this home, or did you get a mortgage?
No, I paid cash.
Yeah,
okay, there could be. Yeah, you might have a little issue. But.
No, but he still should have title insurance. I mean,
why?
Well, because why wouldn't you?
Because if you pay cash, unless you buy it.
Yeah, but if something like this comes back.
Well, he doesn't know that because he's a cash buyer and he didn't call our show ahead of time.
Should have advised him of that.
Well, that's just it. Joe, you got your hands full here.
Saying,
Let's
I had
do
a
this.
cash buyer yesterday. She has title insurance.
Well, that's smart.
Foreclosure.
Well, that's great advice out there because anyone buying for cash definitely should do more due diligence. Joe, you got your hands full here. It's a longer story, Joe, but we'll call you off the air and get you a real estate attorney. Yeah, we'll hook you up.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, Joe. I'm afraid you might have to spend some money, which isn't always good at all. And when you got to spend money, again, if you're buying a house out there for cash, definitely there's some due diligence ahead of time. You got to make sure who the owner is. Title insurance is a great way to make sure and protect yourself against future liens. Who knows what all this is all about?
You need
we'll find
experts working for you that can guide you in the right direction because there's a lot of different things for different houses and, like you said, cash or financing, but still you need to be protected in situations like this.
I got another news. If you're a homeowner and the mail comes to you, return it to don't go driving around town. Give it to the post office. Give it to the post office person.
But he said
please return to sender.
Door.
Well,
so where's he going to take? I mean, he took it back to whoever sent it or taped it to his door, correct?
You could
right?
also shred it. You can also shred it, though. If it doesn't belong to you, have your name on there. It's
I
not
wouldn't
yours.
have gave him my license.
All right, let's go out to Royal Oak. We've got Larry on the line. Good morning, Larry. You're live on the ticket. Welcome. Go ahead.
Good morning. Hi, I'm in the middle of a refinance. I just went with my current mortgager, and about halfway through the process, I was offered another job and decided to take it. So now I have a job offer I've accepted. The mortgage is about to close, but I have a funny feeling I can't do this. I have a funny feeling I need to notify the mortgage company, tell them I've switched jobs, and they're probably going to say, no, I have to wait another 6 months. So
you just got to wait 30 days.
You're just probably going to have to, I mean, look,
but
they're going to check.
You have to let them know.
You got to tell them, though, man.
You're going to do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Larry,
that's what I thought. I was pretty sure I'm going to have to tell them.
Yeah, I mean, Larry, you don't want to, I mean, it's quite frankly, I mean, it's fraud if you don't tell them. You got to tell them, that you're taking another job. And by all means, you can take the job. There's nothing wrong with it. But I mean, when you sign at closing, you're going to verify that all the information you give
them. Well,
in that
and they check to make sure, right?
Yes,
yeah, we're going to check.
yes.
They're
Well,
going to check.
They're going to check. I guess what I'm concerned is if I closed on Wednesday and gave notice the following Thursday. I mean, I know I'm going to be switching jobs.
I know, Barney.
I don't want to
listen. It's a great call.
So that's my concern. It's that's my concern is fraud.
No, I understand. It's a great call, and you seem like you're an honest guy. You're doing the right thing. You got to tell them, but you just got to wait 30 days then until you close. But yeah, I mean, just be honest. It's not going to hang your deal up. Everything's fine.
No, Larry,
Just be honest up front.
You'll get that closed the month after that. No problem, Larry. You're doing the right thing. Get that house refinanced. Okay, we'll get another
Thanks,
break
Larry.
here. 9:42 this morning. We come back. All your calls 248-539-9797.
It's budget time, and you need cost savings ideas for next year. Your compressed air system is a golden opportunity. Inefficient, leaky, oversized systems can be wasting tens of thousands of dollars in electricity costs. In coordination with local utility companies, Air Center's pros can help you get that money back through audits, repairs, and system improvement rebates. If you need cost savings ideas now, call Air Center and ask for Tony to find out how. Air Center, 1-800-AIR-2959. 1-800-AIR-2959.
Hey folks, Jeff Rieger here. Ever think you could shop for a car from your coffee shop? Or the dog park? Or the stadium? Edmunds mobile app lets you shop for your perfect ride from wherever. Hit the Text This Dealer button, get your questions answered fast, and work out your deal with no pressure. Download the Edmunds mobile app today and start shopping.
Feeling like you've missed out on all the home selling and buying action that took place this summer? Well, it's not too late. In fact, it's actually one of the best times to get started. Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. Right now, we have more homes coming on the market than we've seen in years. And with the market changing, the longer you wait to list your home for sale, the less your home will be worth. But don't just take it from me.
Hi, my name's Brian Berryman. I'm from Bloomfield Hills. Heard Jeff's ads on the radio. I was having a hard time selling my house in Royal Oak, so I gave him a call. He took a complicated process, made it extremely easy, paid attention to detail, said I'd have my house sold in 3 weeks. 3 weeks later, house is sold.
Homeowners who sell their homes with Jeff get an average of 98% of their asking price and sell their homes in an average of 23 days. When you hire Jeff and his team, Jeff will personally be involved, whether it's coming out to evaluate your home or marketing your home behind the scenes. Visit Jeff and his team at their newest location in Birmingham or call Jeff at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at 855jeffsells.com. Realtor Jeff Glover. A household name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
Coming down the left side of the ice, all alone. This'll be close. Oh, she slips, she falls. Her groceries go everywhere.
Whether the injury happens on the ice at Joe Louis Arena or your driveway at home,
sprain or fracture, bruise or soreness, she'll want to see the same top doctors the Red Wings trust.
go see the pros. The DMC Sports Medicine Docs, with offices across the region and more than 30 outpatient physical therapy locations throughout Metro Detroit. These are the specialists who work every day with the Red Wings, Tigers, and Pistons. Just don't let the term sports medicine fool you. Your condition doesn't have to be sports related to need the expertise of a sports medicine specialist. Just go to dmc.org or call 888-DMC-2500.
Mrs. Johnson is up. She's back on her feet.
Go see the pros, the orthopedic and muscular specialists, the DMC Sports Medicine Doctors. They'll keep you in the game of life.
Oh, what a save!
DMC, leading orthopedic health.
A great place to catch the game tomorrow morning is Boston's Restaurant and Sports Bar on Hall Road in Shelby Township. Sure, you could go to London, but watching it with real Lions fans is a lot more fun. And to make it even more fun, the 97.1 The Ticket Street Team will be stopping by to watch the game with you from 11 to 1. And they'll have your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Lions November 22nd at Ford Field. More at 971theticket.com. Donate to 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check Program, and you can help ensure that every student athlete's heart is healthy enough for sports. Donate at cbsdetroit.com/student heart check.
The station that puts the all pros on the radio. 97.1.
All right, welcome back to the show. 9:45. If you're just tuning in, you've got the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call at Capital all week long, all day long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. Or also here in the studio, 248-539-9797. And Alex, our email, we've got some new emails out there. or we
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
So we're trying to get an easier one, but we still have mortgage.show at lowrateonline.com. And again, we're going to be putting on our website some other things. If you do Facebook, try to see if you can find us there and like us and become one of our friends. We got tons of great information up on, usually on the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Show, the Facebook page, which is really cool. Hey, let's move out to Justin out there in Highland. Good morning, Justin. You're live on the ticket.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good morning.
Awesome.
Awesome. What's going on,
I
man?
have a friend who just bought a house a few years ago, and their roof started leaking. And when I got up there, I noticed that they had put shingles over the existing shingles, and the existing shingles were so degraded, it's basically like gravel underneath of the regular shingles. And I was calling about the full disclosure form that you have to sign.
Right.
That the sellers have to sign. Should that have been included on that? Because on the listing of the house, it said that a new roof was added along with a water heater. And obviously, if you're reading a listing, you think new roof, that it was a complete tear-off of the old shingles and new shingles were put on. And it's only been about 7 years since that had happened.
See, Justin, it becomes semantics. So, like, new roof could just be putting shingles over old shingles.
It's not really a new roof. It's just new shingles.
Right. A lot of the times we put new roof and then we put tear off on there. So you know, I mean, but like you said, Alex, I mean, you can interpret it any way you want.
Justin, that's the problem is, in my experience, it's very, very, very difficult to prove somebody knew there was a pre-existing condition if you try to take them to court and say you knew the roof was leaking.
Oh, okay.
Because how long was it after they moved in that the roof started leaking?
It was about, I think, 3 years.
Yes,
And the new shingles were put on in 2009.
Justin, I'm just telling you, if 3 years went by from the time they closed and then the roof started going bad, there's zero chance in court.
Well, you know, I think about this, Just. So the guy gets an offer accepted. He's reading the listing. He's excited about the purchase of his new house, and he hires a home inspector. And that home inspector goes up there and says, hey, no, you don't have a new roof. What you have is new shingles over an old roof. So, you know, what happened there? Did that happen? Maybe not. You never know.
Yeah.
Pretty simple stuff.
So,
you think you're doing the right thing, right? You hire the inspector, but the guy doesn't come down off the ladder and say, hey, it's a gorgeous new roof. It was a tear off. Or does he come down and say, hey, they put some new shingles over some really old, nasty stuff. And we don't even know if they have that, you know, the water barrier and all those other things that are involved. So,
and when I was up there wasn't any of that stuff. So I just thought I'd ask because I was trying to help them out.
There you go.
See if the previous owners could be liable for that or not. And it was just one of those things that I thought I'd ask.
No, it's a great call,
calling.
Justin. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's doubtful you have any recourse on that.
Thanks for the call,
Justin. I have one other
What's
question, if I got a second.
Yeah, you should, of course.
I had personally bought my house on a foreclosed. Does that disclosure form still have to be filled out for them?
No.
Absolutely not.
From like a bank-owned?
No.
There are no disclosures from a bank.
No disclosures.
Sold as is.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I just thought I'd ask.
Nope. Good question, buddy. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks for the call again.
Yeah,
And a good reminder there, again, if you are buying a house and the family that's selling it to you, the people that are selling it to you don't live there, they don't necessarily have to fill that out. I got some information about that, whether or not, and it's discrepancy, actually, when you read the guidelines on it, does a landlord have to fill that out? I mean, how does a landlord fill out the condition of the property when they haven't lived there for 2 or 3 years? It would be pretty difficult for them to do that.
Usually they just put that they've never lived
in the property.
And they don't answer the questions.
And you better get yourself
or
a
same
quality
thing like
inspection.
with a trust or anything like that when the mortgage or the house is held in a trust.
Fair enough. It just basically says no one's lived in the property. But better yet, you better get a great inspector out there to tell you everything and gain knowledge. Everything we're talking about this morning has to do with gaining knowledge. Gain knowledge about the process of obtaining a mortgage. Gain knowledge about the house you're going to be purchasing, the neighborhoods. It's all about gaining knowledge. Let's move out to Todd. Hey, good morning, Todd in Commerce. What's going on, my man?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, buddy. What's up?
Hey, doing good. Hey, listen, I've had my home on the market now for about 6 weeks, and, I mean, we've had lots of showings. We've probably had 15 or 20 showings in that time. And, everybody loves the house. Unfortunately, the feedback, the primary feedback I'm getting is that nobody wants to live next door to my next door neighbor. And, if you remember the movie Christmas Vacation where, Cousin Eddie moves into town.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In his Winnebago. Picture that.
Oh, man.
Plus all kinds of garbage and trash. I mean, we've complained to the city, but do I have any recourse against this guy? I mean, it's like, he's ignoring what the city, the violations the city is putting on.
Unfortunately, you don't. On a side note, my buddy Steve Kives is cousin Eddie. Just so you know, it's a real character.
I have a few of those in my family.
But Todd, here's the thing, man. Like, unless the city has bylaws in place that says or say, you have to keep your lawn at X height. You can't have.
Well,
go ahead.
They do. So they do, and they've cited him, and he's basically ignored the citations. I've talked to the city, and they said we're going to ticket him. They've done that, and then they're going to take him to court. But I mean, nothing is happening.
Well, then you can call an attorney and find out if you have some ramifications against the city because they have to follow the guidelines. Yeah, it's hurting the sale of your house.
It's such a great question because there's a house like that in my neighborhood. That literally, dude, it is
like the Munsters are next door or something. I like Herman.
Absolutely, and it's a hard sell,
dude. And I mean, I know the police have ticketed them. People have called. The association's called. I mean, that's a really gray area, and I don't know how people get away with it. I mean, you'd think like if you have 30 houses in a sub and the one guy's being a jackass and has that nasty house, I don't know how they get away with it.
Hey, let me ask you: when you bought the house, Todd, did he live there?
No, you know what? It was vacant, and what the situation was. There's a guy that lives down the street that owned it. I guess his mother lived there. And it's been vacant. The neighbors tell me it's been vacant for 10 years before we moved there. It needed to be torn down, and then he sold it on a land contract to the town trunk, basically.
Yeah.
And,
bad luck.
I would go down to the city and make a stink. I mean, just pressure them as hard as you can to
Thanks for the call.
Take some action.
All right, Todd, we're going to move on, man.
Thanks, man.
We'll get you some more information. Appreciate it. 248-539-9797.
That's a really tough situation, man.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it's a stinker.
I'm telling you, there's a house that in my neighborhood, and I know they've taken this guy, and he's like an attorney that was like disbarred, and it's a mess.
Yeah,
you make an offer on the house during the daytime. You love it. You got about 9-10 business days getting your home inspection period. Drive through at 10 o'clock at night
and meet the neighbors.
Ask them. Hey, see what's going on. See what's going on with it. No doubt about that. Hey, Pauline, we got time for you real quick. Go ahead. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
I have a question. Back in 2008, I bought my condo, and the government at that time was giving an incentive, like a small loan. Well, not a small loan, but $7,500.
Right, a tax credit.
And then within that time, 15 years, you pay back $500 a year.
Right.
Is there a way to pay back that quicker?
Yeah, if you want, absolutely. Yeah, talk to your CPA when you file your taxes this year and just say, hey, I want to pay this off in full.
Can you pay more every year?
I don't know if it benefits. It might not benefit you, though, but your CPA will definitely give you advice on that, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Pauline, you can pay more, but why do you want to pay it back sooner? It's an interest-free
Yeah, zero
loan.
interest.
Yeah.
Oh, just to get it off my back.
Yeah, I understand that. It's a very respectable call and it's a good situation. Yeah, I mean, when you file your taxes this year, tell your CPA, say, listen, I borrowed this money or I got this tax credit in 2008 and I want to pay it off sooner.
You know what's funny? The next year, they gave that to people and they never had to pay it back. Isn't that funny?
And they gave him, and Pauline, they gave him $8,000,
and they didn't have to pay it back.
Isn't that something the government should do something about that?
Well, no, Pauline, think about it this way. You actually bought in 2007, though, so you got the 2007 prices, and then those people had to pay a little bit more in 2008.
I bought my condo in 2008.
All right, so in 2008, you got the 2008 prices, and the people in 2009 maybe paid a little bit of more because the homes went up in value. So look on the bright side. You took advantage of something pretty good.
You're right.
There you go.
Okay.
Awesome. Great call, Pauline. Have a good day. See ya.
Thanks.
All right, folks, that wraps up another version of the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Be sure to call Capital all day long, all weekend long at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Alex, you got something?
Just email us mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com.
All right, well, thank Nicole Moscow for coming in for Remax Classic. No problem. We got the boys coming up next. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket Sports all day long.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. We are Terminix Nation, and we will do whatever it takes to rid your home of those nasty invaders.
Rats, bats, raccoons, vermin of all kinds. Whatever it takes to climb the highest rooftop or to navigate through the lowest crawl space.
Whatever it takes to ensure your home stays your home. We are Terminix Nation,
and we promise to do whatever it takes.
Terminix has over 85 years of experience doing whatever it takes to rid your home of pests and keep them out. No wonder Terminix is the nation's leading provider of termite and pest control services, all backed by our Terminix guarantee. If any vermin come back, so will we, for free. Limitations may apply. For valuable free information, call now. 1-800-400-1376. Rest assured, your team at Terminix will do whatever it takes. 1-800-400-1376. 1-800-400-1376.
Two Broke Girls 5 nights a week presents Max and Caroline's Top 5 Blue Plate Specials.
5, the number of ponies I got for my 5th birthday. 5, the number of cigarettes I smoked on my 5th birthday. 5, the number of billions my father stole in a Ponzi scheme. 5, the number of beers my mom drank for breakfast.
5, the number of nights you can watch Two Broke Girls every week. And since you're home, pants are optional, like mine are now.
Two Broke Girls. Watch Two Broke Girls weeknights at 7:30 on CW50. You can lose up to 20 to 40 pounds in 40 days. No exercise needed, no cravings, no hunger, no drugs, no hormones. And this technology is guaranteed. You know how most weight loss professionals tell you not to step on the scale? Well, Dr. Stanley says,
I want you to get on the scale every day. I want you to see how this technology is working for you. How would you like to look back in the mirror just 40 days from now and see the person looking back at you 45 pounds lighter?
This new technology raises your metabolism, targets belly, butt, hips, and thighs, and is doctor supervised. It's customized for you to get to the root of your weight issues.
I've seen patients transform their lives with this program. If you're a diabetic, you need this. If you have low energy, you really need this.
Sign up for a consultation at the Novi, St. Clair Shores, or Riverview office. Call 1-800-IDEAL-U. That's 1-800-IDEAL-U. Results may vary, but Nutrimost patients have an average weight loss of 40 pounds in 40 days.
At TIAA CREF, our record sounds like a broken record. We got impressive results in 2013. And 2014, same thing. We're like, hey, weren't we just here? Then